Hi there, I've just come from my early morning exercise. It's a beautiful day and I've done my 6 kilometers, mostly across the fields. And what I often do is I drop in to my local Aldi on the way. I love Aldi. And so that gives me a round of about 6 kilometers, and sometimes I buy something and other times I don't. And today I did, so I'm about to try it out. And I treated myself to one of these. It's a small Bain Marie for melting stuff in. If you make biscuits with a couverture or cakes, if you have to melt butter and sugar together, melt chocolate or some kind of a fat or wax. So what the French elegantly call Bain Marie, that us Germans call Wasserbad Schmelzschale, which is one of those words that is just a lot of nouns cobbled together to explain what it is. So Wasserbad Schmelzschale means, literally translated, water bath melting bowl, which describes exactly its purpose, which I think is ingenious. So I'm just going to unpack the thing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's stainless steel. It has a hook and a handle, and the hook is meant to obviously do this, go over the edge of the pot, so it can sit nicely either directly above or a little bit into the sort of simmering water. My idea, I bought it because I love poached eggs, but I don't actually like making eggs in water. I can't do it. It comes out looking mangled and hideous, and B, I don't see why the egg should touch the water. So I'm going to try poaching eggs in this little bowl, and because it is so handy to contain everything in a dry environment, I'm going to try flavoring the eggs with all kinds of things. So wish me luck, see how it goes. I have to improvise a bit here on a camping stove. I have now washed and dried the stainless steel bowl, and I'm going to just coat the inside of the bowl with a little bit of butter, like so, and simply take my hands and swizz it round. Now I have way too much butter and it's on my hands. Give this a wipe. Now, that's better. I'm going to flavor the inside of the bowl. That's why I used the butter, to make sure it can stick. I'm going to flavor the inside of the bowl with a herbal salt, which I brought back from a trip to La Palma in the Canaries. So I'll simply, without much fuss, sprinkle it, and the marvelous butter glues it to the walls of the bowl, like so. Cool. That's it, and because you can never have enough herbs, I will put some Greek herbs in the bowl, like so. And we have enough salt, but we don't quite have enough pepper. Cool. Now the eggs. That's one, and it has come apart. The yolk has split. There. Another one. That'll be just about the right quantity. That's 3 large eggs. And now it's a matter of waiting for the water to come to a simmering boil. Well, that water is certainly good to go. So let's take the lid off. Here, stick the bowl in, like so, and turn the heat down. That should be enough now. There's enough residual heat in the water. So let's see. You can see that the egg white is already turning white. Uh, I have produced prettier food, I'm sure, but let's see how it turns out. My one worry is that it won't cleanly come out of the bowl and it'll turn into one hideous mess. But there's only one way to find out. Okay, quick progress report. You can see quite nicely that the egg is cooking from the outside in, which will hopefully leave me with the yolks in the middle, at least the yolks that haven't broken up. Uh, they should be still nice and runny while the egg white has set nicely. So we will see how long this takes and how it turns out. By the way, I have the water level in the pan is a little bit above the water of the eggs in the little bowl. So it cooks quite nicely all around, except of course on top. So yeah, watch this space. Okay, well I think this has had nearly enough cooking. I'm going to put it on a plate together with some tuna steak, capers, rucola, a little bit of tomato paste for the lycopene, and I'll have a pretty much, unless I'm very much mistaken, this is a pretty perfect keto breakfast really. So we'll see if the bugger will come out of the bowl. Now the moment of truth has arrived. This is the eggs, cooked, I hope. What looks like dead flies in my food is actually just dried herbs, so the experience should be survivable. But you can tell I'm never going to be Martha Stewart. So let's tip the thing out and see what it looks like on the other side. So this is the result. It came out very cleanly from the bowl. It just plopped out with no problem, didn't stick to the side of the bowl. But it looks a little bit like a cow patty, and I'm very much hoping it'll taste better. So I'll report. So that was my breakfast, and really it was a success. The eggs could have looked a little nicer. I think the optics could be improved, and I'm going to work on that. But it tasted way better than it looked, and I'm delighted with the result. So that's, I think, €4 or €5 well spent, and good for Aldi. Thank you for watching, and I will upload again on Sunday.